Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we are going to talk about another very important topic of HTML Canvas, that is shadow effect. Okay, you have seen like various shapes where we use some shadows in order to highlight the shape, right? So the question is how we can draw those shadows on canvas, how we can add that shadow effect. So these all things we are going to discuss in this particular session. But before we start the discussion, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released sessions first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow them sequentially, then it would be very easy for you to understand the ongoing topic. Okay, because for time being we are just focusing on the shadow effect, but prior to that you should know what is shadow effect, what is canvas, how we can draw the shapes on canvas, right? So these all things should be clear prior to moving to the shadow effect. Okay, all right. So by the end of this session we will be able to understand what all properties we are supposed to use in order to show the shadow effect. Clear? And also we will see the example, like how we can apply the shadow effect to a filled rectangle or a filled shape to a stroke shaped. Okay, so we will see for both, like if there is one filled shape, we will see how the shadow will come there, and if there is a stroked shape, then how the shadow will become there. So these all things we are going to discuss. Now if I talk about the code is straightforward so far. Like we have not added anything special here. We just put one title in the head section and there is one heading which is showing HTML by Sharmit. Now what we will do, I'll simply firstly show you the output of this code, which is coming like this. Later on I will write here h2, and this here like we will write simply HTML Canvas shadows. Okay, HTML Canvas shadows. Now post that you can see it is coming like this. Now what we will do, if we are talking about canvas, right, so it's always mandatory for us to include the canvas. So here I'll write the canvas, then we will simply add the required properties here, like ID. I'll put ID as canvas1. Then we will set width would be 600 pixels, height would be 300 pixels, style would be solid, not solid, it should be 50 pixels, solid. Okay, sorry, we need to firstly add border 50 pixels, solid, black. Okay, so this is added. Now you can simply save this thing and refresh your browser. Once you refresh, you can see this time, oh okay, it's better to add only 5 pixels. Now it looks good. Okay, so we have 5 pixel border which is a solid black. So canvas is added. Now it's time to add the script. So here I'll write script would be like this. Firstly we will connect the canvas through script. So for that I'll write where c equals to document dot get element by ID. Here I'll put ID as canvas1. Then we will write where ctx equal get context, not like this, we should write it in a way, c dot get context 2D. Okay, then after this we will do one thing, which is like we have defined the ctx. Now it's time to use all those properties through which we can apply the shadow effect. Okay, so what all properties are there? There are 4 mainly used properties with shadows. First is shadowColor. As its name suggests, shadowColor is mainly used to define the color of the shadow. Then we have shadowBlur, that defines the blur amount of the shadow. And then we have shadowOffsetX, which defines the distance that shadows will be offset horizontally. Similarly, we have shadowOffsetY, which defines the distance that shadows will be offset vertically. So these are the 4 mainly used properties through which we can apply the shadow effect on a shape. Clear? Now let's see the practical thing. So for that I'll just simply add one comment here, shadow effect. Okay, then we will write here ctx dot shadowColor equal red, ctx dot shadow offset x equal 10, ctx dot shadow offset y equal 10. Okay, so with this, like what we have set, we want to set the shadow color as red, shadow offset distance would be 10, and shadow offset y distance would be 10. Similarly, if you want to apply the blur, you can set that as well, but for timing I'm just going with these 3 properties only. Now what we will do, we have created the shadow effect, so it's time to define some shape, to draw some shape. So I'll write here field rectangle. Okay, and here we will write ctx dot fill style equal red. Okay, and then we will set here ctx dot fill rect with the parameters 20, 20, 100, 100. Okay, so these are the property which I wanted to set here. Now you can save it and refresh it. So once you refresh it, you can see actually what we did, we provide same color to both things, so it's better to make it blue, otherwise we will not able to see the effect. Yeah, so blue is the shape color and red is the shadow effect. Okay, similar like here, if you want to move the shadow on x-axis, so what you can do, you can change the value here, let's say 20. So what it will do, it will move on x-axis. Similarly, if you want to move it on y-axis, you can make it as 40 or as per your requirement. So now you can see it is moving on y-axis. Okay, so this is how we can create a shadow effect for a shape, and this is a filled shape. Similarly, if you want to create a stroked shape, so you can simply copy this part here. I'll just simply change this to stroked. Okay, stroked rectangle, and here we will write, instead of fill, we will write here stroke style, which would be red. Okay, or instead of red, we can make it as maybe green. Okay, and then instead of fill rect, we will write here stroke rect, and instead of 20, 20, 100, we will make it as 170. That's good. Okay, so let's save it and refresh it. So now you can see there is one rectangle coming over here, which is showing the shadow effect, which is the stroked, which is on a stroked rectangle. So rectangle color is green and shadow is of red color. Okay, in case if you want to set the width of this stroke, so you can go with this ctx dot line width equal 4. Okay, save it and refresh it. So now you can see this rectangle is coming with a width of 4, and there are 2 shapes. Clear? So this is how we can create and draw the shapes with the required shadow, and we can create shadow in 2 ways, one for the filled shape and one for the stroked shape, although the property that we are going to use here is the simple. Okay, so you just need to put all these properties like shadowColor, shadowOffsetX, and shadowOffsetY. Once these properties are set, then you can simply save your code and refresh it. After the refresh, you will see that both shapes are coming with a proper shadow. Clear? So yeah, these are the all things which I wanted to discuss with you all in this session. In the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.